Have you ever thought about how vast the universe is, and whether there are strange phenomena, supernatural occurrences, that humanity has yet to imagine? In this endless space, there are enormous stars, devouring their own kind, wandering planets, with no star to illuminate them, and black holes, roaming freely through the cosmos. Imagine these mysterious objects might be silently watching us from afar, while we are only beginning to uncover their secrets. So, is there something in this universe that could truly astonish you? For thousands of years, humanity has gazed up at the night sky, wondering if the universe is really as vast as it seems, and if there are any mysteries that we have yet to uncover. From the days of great astronomers like Galileo to modern discoveries, we have yet to reach all the secrets the universe holds. But today, we will continue on that journey, a magical journey to explore the 7 strangest objects you've never heard of. Get ready, because what we're about to discover will not only change the way you view the universe, but it may also change the way you perceive our existence in this world. Diamond Planet 55 Cancri E, about 40 light-years away from Earth, in the Cancer constellation, lies a planet of deadly beauty, a giant cosmic gem that could drive any diamond merchant on Earth mad with desire if they had the chance to reach it. Its name is 55 Cancri E, a planet that scientists believe is mostly composed of pure diamond. But before you start dreaming of stepping onto that sparkling planet, let me tell you about the strange things hidden inside this celestial body, things that could easily incinerate a spacecraft. In the blink of an eye, a chance discovery that shook planetary science. In 2004, astronomers first discovered 55 Cancri EE using the radial velocity method. At that time, it was considered a super-Earth, because its mass is about 8 times greater, and its radius is twice that of Earth. But anomalies began to appear when a research team from Yale University analyzed spectral data and discovered that the planet's composition was unlike any known rocky planet. Instead of having an iron core surrounded by a silicate mantle like Earth, this planet seemed to contain a large amount of carbon, and not just ordinary carbon, but carbon in the form of solid diamonds, formed under extremely high pressure and maximum temperatures. A hellish diamond. It may sound alluring, but 55 Cancri E is not a glittering paradise. Rather, it's a blazing red hellfire, burning continuously. This planet orbits its host star in just 18 hours, meaning a year there lasts less than a single Earth day. Due to its close proximity, the surface temperature reaches 2,400 degrees Celsius, high enough to vaporize metals. Air? None. Water? Absolutely not. Instead, the surface of 55 Cancri E is believed to possibly be covered in molten lava, with areas rich in carbon that might have been compressed into pure diamonds inside the planet, creating an immense mass of gemstones unlike anything known before. Science, myth, and greed. For a long time, humanity has been fascinated by things that shine. In ancient cultures, diamonds were seen as the tears of gods, symbols of power and immortality. And now, as we discover a planet made entirely of diamonds, it feels as though the universe is mocking human ambition, giving us something too beautiful to touch, too dangerous to possess. Some modern philosophers view 55 Cancri E as a symbol. Value cannot be separated from context. A diamond planet has no value to anyone if it exists in a place where life cannot reach. Just as in life, sometimes the very thing you desire most is the one that will destroy you if you obtain it. What makes it special? Not just because of the diamonds, 55 Cancri also helps us expand our understanding of how planets can form. Previously, astronomers thought rocky planets were primarily composed of silicates and iron, like Earth, Mars, and Venus. But 55 Cancri E shows us a different path. The universe can create worlds from entirely different materials. This changes the way we search for habitable planets, because clearly, not all rocky worlds are the same, and not every place that looks beautiful is a livable one. Carl Sagan, and a reminder from the universe, Carl Sagan once said, "We are stardust thinking about the stars." And perhaps in our journey to explore strange planets like 55 Cancri E, we are truly reflecting on ourselves, on our ambitions, on the limits of science, and on the smallness of our imagination in comparison to the true scale of the universe. That diamond planet, in its silence and burning heat, continues to orbit steadily every second. It doesn't need anyone to gaze upon it, nor to be understood, but its very existence has caused the entire world to pause and reflect. The Hand of God, Nebula, PSRB 1509-58. In the endless universe, there are moments that make us feel as if we are gazing into our very souls, and the nebula known as the Hand of God is one of the most striking images that has left a profound impact. Discovered in 2009 by the Chandra X-ray Observatory, this nebula lies about 17,000 light-years away from Earth in the Circinus constellation. Its scientific name is PSRB 1509-58. But the shape it creates, a gigantic hand seemingly reaching out into the cosmos, has left millions of people around the world in awe. This image is not only impressive because of its beauty, but also because of the symbolic meaning it evokes. A hand of the Creator, stretching out, embracing or touching life. The physical reality. Physically, this nebula is the remnant of a massive star that exploded as a supernova. After the explosion, the star's core collapsed into a neutron star, specifically a pulsar, a super-dense object, spinning at a rate of about 7 times per second. It is this pulsar that emits intense X-rays and powerful energy waves, interacting with the surrounding clouds of dust and gas, creating the streaks of light that form the gigantic hand we see in X-ray images, a unique blend of art and science. This phenomenon is a unique combination of art and science. Although the shape of the hand is a subjective interpretation by humans, the perfect randomness of it all has made many feel that there is a deeper meaning beyond pure physics. Some missionaries have called it the mark of God, while philosophers believe it is evidence that the universe exists not only to be understood, but also to be felt. A dynamic image. The Hand of God. Nebula is constantly changing. According to NASA, the energy streams emitted by the pulsar do not spread evenly, so the branches of the hand shift and transform over time. This makes the image even more alive, like a real hand moving slowly through space, as if beckoning human intellect to move further into the mysteries of the universe. What's even more astonishing is that from Earth, we can only see this image thanks to X-rays, a form of light our eyes cannot see directly. This raises a question. How many other wondrous images exist that we have never seen? How many hands of God are present in places we cannot reach? A thought from Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan once said, "Science is not just a body of knowledge. It's a way of thinking, a way of learning to be amazed." And this nebula, with its surreal shape and magnificent story of formation, is a gift from the universe to human imagination. A humbling perspective. In a broader context, the Hand of God. Nebula evokes a sense of humility. It reminds us that, amidst the chaos of everyday life, there are images and events that happen that transcend all explanation. Phenomena like this make us ask, is the universe simply a chain of physical coincidences, or is there something deeper hidden in the fabric of space and time? Whether a believer or a lover of science, this image makes you pause for a moment, for it is where data meets emotion, where reason reaches its limits and makes way for awe, a pure admiration for beauty that cannot be described in words, a symbol of the infinite mystery of the universe. The Hand of God. Nebula, whether as a symbol or a phenomenon, whether as emotion or mathematics, will always be one of the most magnificent examples of the infinite wonder of the universe. The scientific view. From a scientific perspective, this nebula is the remnant of a supernova explosion, where a giant star died, leaving behind a neutron star that spins rapidly, called a pulsar. Specifically, this pulsar is named PSRB 1509-58, spinning at a rate of about 7 times per second, and emitting powerful radiation. These radiation beams collide with the surrounding gas and dust cloud, forming the hand-shaped structure we see today in X-ray images. A perfect coincidence of physics and art, Yet, many believe that there is a spiritual message behind this image. When missionaries first saw the shape, they couldn't hide their emotions. Some even quoted Bible verses like, "He reaches out and holds my soul in the darkness." Whether faith or science, the image of the cosmic hand brings about a feeling that is both humbling and sacred, making us pause and reflect. A philosophical reminder? Philosophically, this nebula serves as a reminder. While humans strive to explain every phenomenon, some things exist beyond imagination, beyond mathematics, and beyond laws. It is like a child sitting under a tree, looking up at the light filtering through the leaves, believing it is the finger of a divine being, pure, simple, yet full of inspiration. Later studies by NASA further revealed that the hand image is not static. It changes over time, like a moving arm. This is the result of how the particle stream from the pulsar interacts unevenly with the surrounding environment. This makes the image even more dynamic, like a flexible symbol straddling the boundary between science and art. The monster star, Scuti. In the list of the most bizarre objects in the universe, we cannot overlook Scuti, the largest star ever discovered by humankind to date. If our sun were the size of a ping pong ball, then Scuti would be equivalent to a gigantic ball, its diameter nearly matching the entire orbit of Saturn. If you placed Scuti in the sun's position, it would engulf all the planets from Mercury to Saturn and still have room left. Scuti is located in the Scutum constellation, about 9,500 light-years from Earth. This is a red supergiant star, with a diameter approximately 1,700 times that of our sun, and brightness hundreds of thousands of times greater. Discovered at the end of the 19th century, Scuti's existence left astronomers astounded. Not only is it the largest known star, but Scuti is also a perfect example of the life and death cycle of the colossal stars in the universe. Though gigantic, Scuti does not have high density. If you could place it into a giant bathtub, this star would float. This is because its outer layers are so sparse, almost like a gigantic cloud of gas. However, don't let its soft exterior fool you. At the core of Scuti lies a nuclear furnace operating with terrifying intensity, and this very process will soon lead to its violent death. A supernova explosion that could outshine the entire galaxy it resides in for weeks. The formation and life of a giant star. Scuti, like other red supergiants, has gone through a life cycle that is radically different from smaller stars like our sun. These stars begin as massive clouds of gas, weighing millions of times more than the sun. Over millions of years, the extreme pressure and temperature in the star's core cause hydrogen to burn into helium, releasing energy. But when the fuel in its core runs out, this massive star will begin to shrink and expand, forming a super red star like Scuti. At this stage, Scuti is nearing the end of its life. It is expanding and gradually becoming unstable. This process marks the transition before the star ends its life in a supernova explosion. During this time, Scuti emits an enormous amount of light and energy, enough to illuminate an entire galaxy. The Great Death of Scuti. When this star explodes, its core will collapse. Depending on the remaining mass, it could become a neutron star, or, if heavy enough, a black hole. This event will not only be the death of a star, but also the beginning of other astronomical reactions, the formation of new stars, clouds of dust, and even new planets. It is the cycle of life in the universe. The collapse of Scuti and its supernova death are not only noteworthy events in the star's history, but they also provide an opportunity for heavier elements to be dispersed into space, forming new objects. These elements may become the building blocks for new stars, new planets, and perhaps even new forms of life. Philosophy of grandeur and death. From a philosophical standpoint, the existence of Scuti is a clear testament that not all things, no matter how gigantic, are sustainable. Some things, no matter how great, must eventually vanish. The enormity of Scuti does not make it immortal. In fact, it is precisely this size that brings it closer to its death. The larger it grows, the more unstable it becomes. This could relate to how we perceive life and death. Can we view death not just as an end, but as a natural and necessary process that paves the way for new life? Scuti, with its violent death, is a clear example of the grand cycle of the universe, where everything must transform. And in doing so, new worlds will be born. Exploring the universe and human curiosity. Einstein once said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited." And perhaps, without imagination, we would never have been able to fathom that a star could grow so large it could swallow our entire solar system. Yet the very existence of Scuti shows us that in the universe, no boundary is beyond breaking. Indeed, human imagination often precedes the limits of science, opening up possibilities that we have yet to fully grasp. Scuti makes us reflect on ourselves. Earth, our tiny planet orbiting an ordinary star, is but a speck of dust, and humanity, living on this tiny speck, is an even smaller part of the cosmos. Yet we can look up and explore objects like Scuti. That doesn't make us great, but it does make us astonishing, because we, despite our smallness, are curious enough and ambitious enough to explore things larger than our imagination. If one day Scuti explodes, the light of that explosion will not reach us immediately. It will take 9,500 light years for it to arrive. Perhaps it has already exploded, and we are simply waiting for that light to reach us. A light from the past, reminding us that in the universe, everything is a story of time. We've just explored 3 of the universe's most bizarre objects: the diamond planet 55 Cancri E, the mysterious Hand of God Nebula, and the monstrous star Scuti. Each of these objects has not only changed the way we perceive the universe, but also raised profound questions about life, death, and the existence of celestial bodies. However, our journey doesn't end here. The remaining secrets of the universe, the strange phenomena yet to be discovered, are waiting for us in the next chapter. So, are you ready to step into the unimaginable? If you don't want to miss the next mysterious discovery, make sure to subscribe to the channel today and turn on the notification bell, so you can continue this journey with us in search of the universe's greatest secrets. See you in the next video.